Welcome back. Stone Sweiss is here now with some national news. Let's send it over to him at the news desk.
Thanks, James. A former Navy reservist killed 12 people on Monday in a mass shooting at a secure naval base that led authorities to lock down part of the nation's capital, even after the gunman was killed, and a hunt for 2 other armed men spotted by video cameras. The chaos began at the Washington Naval Yard just after 8 a.m. Civilian employees described a scene of confusion as shots erupted through the hallways of the headquarters just a few miles away from the White House. Police officers swarmed the facility and exchanged fire with the gunman, 34-year-old Aaron Alexis, a former Navy reservist in Fort Worth. Officers shot and killed Alexis, but not before a dozen people were killed and several others were wounded. 3 weapons were found on Alexis, including an AR-15 assault rifle, a shotgun, and a semi-automatic pistol. It is unclear whether he had brought all of the guns with him or if he had taken one or more from the victims. Officials said they are still searching for a motive. The FBI is treating the shooting as a criminal investigation and not one related to terrorism. Secretary of State John Kerry told Congress on Tuesday that the United States will closely monitor every step of the plan for eliminating serious chemical weapons while maintaining a credible military threat against Assad's government. In an interview with the Spanish-language network Telemundo, President Obama said evidence of a chemical weapon attack in Syria compiled by the UN investigators should sway governments that were reluctant to hold the regime accountable. Despite toning down the rhetoric in recent days, Obama and his national security team have stressed the importance of maintaining a credible military threat. The president continues to push for a military strike on Syria in retaliation for a chemical attack he blames on Assad's forces, but that is on hold as he pursues diplomatic initiative. New Jersey authorities confirmed Tuesday that the fire that devastated the boardwalk in Seaside Park and then spread to Seaside Heights happened because of an electrical malfunction. Investigators from several agencies, including the Federal Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, had been combing the remains of the boardwalk in search of clues since Thursday's fire, which damaged or destroyed 68 buildings along 4 blocks. The fire began underneath a building housing Coors frozen custard and Biscan candies and electrical wiring installed after 1970. The wiring had sustained damage from sand and salt water during Hurricane Sandy. Fueled by wind, the boardwalk fire burned north for hours last Thursday, devouring entire blocks before firefighters could stop its progress. New Jersey Governor Chris Christie already announced that $15 million will be available to local businesses for rebuilding. The damage to the boardwalk alone is expected to be at least $1.8 million. Finally, a North Carolina woman featured prominently in a graphic government ad campaign to get people to stop smoking died Monday of cancer. Terry Hall died at a hospital in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, at age 53. As a former smoker whose voice box was removed years ago, Hall took a leading role in the campaign that showed how smoking-related cancer ruins the body. Officials believe the campaign led to as many as 100,000 American smokers to quit their habit. And that's all for national news this week. Now back to the couch.
Thanks, Stone. And now we're joined here by senior broadcasting major Liam Sporrer, who also works for Texsolve Digital here in Pittsburgh. Now, Liam, I understand Texsolve has a lot to do with the different sports franchises here in the city, but what specifically do you guys do?
We offer what's called game day support at Heinz Field, PNC Park, Console Energy Center, and the Peterson Event Center, which is Pitt's main facility for their basketball. So we handle any type of problems that you'd run into on a daily basis for getting the video on the scoreboard running. So all the in-house video feeds and audio feeds for the announcer and for gameplay footage and replays and recording the game for later use. We also handle any type of signal flow and routing throughout the building. So basically everyone who needs something gets the video.
So you're the go-to guy for all that stuff.
Yes, yeah.
So tell us, how did you get the job?
Yeah, I mean, you're still, because it started off as some type of internship.
Yeah, it began as an internship through the School of Comm. It started off through Tom Baggerman, who's a professor down here. He actually was friends with the owner. It's a small company. There's 9 of us total. So he was good friends with the actual owner of the company. His name's Mike, and he got me in touch with him and set me up with kind of like an interview type thing. And Mike was looking for a student level kind of person that they could bring in that had general knowledge, that was studying in it, but needed more hands-on experience, and that they could train up to be a game day engineer.
You're expecting this to lead into it. Is it already an actual job, or you're expecting it to lead into a job?
I mean, I consider it one now. It was a paid internship. It's part-time, but because of the nature of the work, it can go anywhere. I'm sometimes working for them as much as 50, 60 hours a week if there's a lot of events going on, because it's nights and weekends and stuff. So it's only part-time now because of my class schedule, but I have been offered once I'm out of school at the end of May, that I'll be rolled into a full-time.
That's wonderful.
There. Yes.
So what kind of valuable experience would you say you've gained from working with them?
It's almost like instrument. Like there's so much that I've learned I've been there since January, so it hasn't even been a full year yet. But it's been something new every day essentially. I mean, there's so much to learn about the actual locations that we're working at, because each control room you work in is vastly different, just from different equipment to different installations and what they need to accomplish. Like the jobs at PNC Park are a lot different than what they put on the scoreboard at Heinz Field or Console. And then we also do like repairs and installation as well. So there's other things to go on that's not just game day, that's actually, installing equipment in control rooms and servicing it and getting it back up in working condition to be used. So pretty much every day there's something new that I've had to tackle or work at. So
you mentioned that each stadium presents a different challenge. That's based down to the age, right? 'Cause, the Console, it's virtually new. In PNC Park and Heinz Field, we're starting to get a little dated now.
Yeah, PNC Park, the control room there is actually as old as the building is, so it's going on 13 years, most of the equipment, that job is one of the heaviest, it's one of the heaviest like engineering side of things. There's always problems to fix there. Different control rooms, Heinz Field's brand new, so it really does, it's all about kind of what could go wrong that day, and it literally is from day to day a different issue that you have to chase down before you go live.
I'm going to have to shadow you one time so I can get to see all this stuff for free.
Yes.
Sounds like a valuable experience.
It's very cool.
Thanks, Liam. Coming up next on Daybreak, Kelsey Metzger will be here with your weekly weather report.